What's up, everybody? I'm Metal Nick.
I'm Jeff Grindstoffer. I need to come up with something different next time.
Welcome to episode number 39 of Vinyl Bang. 39. Oh my god.
That's how old I am.
This is theme for today's episode is viewers' choice number 5, and once again we are going back to our good friend Mr. Alex Cha, who we don't ask for this. He hits us up with these amazing ideas, and Jeff and I read them and are just like, Jesus, like he should host this damn show, right?
He should. Alex Cha should absolutely be the awkward third wheel.
I would love to do another episode with him because like when he just much like James Watson when they picked the topics for the episode, and you and I had to like scratch our heads and go through our collections and find shit,
Right.
That was cool. And I certainly, Alex was certainly a fun guest and a good friend, and that would be a great idea.
Alex is a good guy. He's a good guy.
Yes.
I wish he, and I'm glad that we have him to fall back on whenever we can't think of anything to do. It's like Alex just messages us out of nowhere with like 10 topics. Like, dude, fucking. It's like he knows. It's like he's bugged our houses or something. He knows we need shit to talk about. So
also, there's also the case of like you and I have got a lot of people to agree to do this show with us, but unfortunately, some of these people are people who are on the road a lot, and then trying to line up their schedule with you and my schedule is a very difficult thing to do. So we are very patient. Like obviously we have a lot of yeses from people, and it's just getting the right time between three people's schedules. So
yeah. Getting everybody to line up is difficult. So
in the meantime, we would gladly take suggestions from people like Alex. If you're a constant listener of this show and you really think you have got some interesting topic ideas, hit us up. We're on Instagram. We are on Facebook. And even if you want to just drop a comment in the YouTube comments there, like we absolutely love these ideas, and like we keep saying, Alex Shaw, he's like he should be getting paid for this, right, Jeff? I mean, these are some.
No, we give him street cred on the show.
I can show you screenshots where Jeff has said he should be paid for this. Anyways, Alex, thank you again. A great friend, a good pal of ours. Since the last time we did one of these, he got married and it was fucking awesome. So shout out to Alex and Melanie. Melanie Cha now is how she goes by.
Shout out to Alex and Melanie Cha. Wow.
Congrats,
you guys.
Definitely. Great friends. And she was trying to give me a shout out to us at the wedding, and I must have hit the record button wrong. So I apologize, Melanie. I'll show Jeff. We'll get another one some other time. But let's stop wasting time. Let's get with these topics. There are 7 awesome topics that we chose from a giant couple lists that Alex had sent us. And the first one we are going to go with, I like this one a lot. I'm going to give you Alex gives us these great titles and then explains what they mean. So first one, what the hell am I supposed to do with what the hell? Where the hell am I supposed to put this? I can't read. Can't read my own handwriting. Where the hell am I supposed to put this? Favorite odd-sized record, meaning anything that's not a 12, 10, or 7-inch.
Where the hell am I supposed to put this? If I had a nickel for every time I heard that. Oh.
Yeah.
Family show, ladies and gentlemen. PG rated family show.
Jeff.
All right. I'm going to start off with the odd shaped vinyl with a little project that I enjoy. Anal Trup, of which there are aplenty. I think these are 5 inches. I think they're 3 inches.
Mm-hmm.
They're 5 inches. But I have 4. I also have the snowflake shaped vinyl, but I believe I've done that in another episode, so I'm just going to go ahead and do these because I don't think I've done these yet. So the first one from Anal Trump is if you wanted to qualify for health insurance, then maybe you shouldn't have gotten raped. With the party thing behind it and a fun, festive green vinyl to go along with it. The second album or the second EP, and all of these are like 2 or 3 minutes a piece. So that's a fun listen. You know, you put it on, and you immediately have to take it off as soon as you walk away from the turntable. The second EP is if you thought 6 million Jews was a lot of people, you should have seen my inauguration. And the color. The color of the vinyl is the same color as the background here. Yeah, I'm not getting into all that. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot fucking pole. I don't know why I even showed that. The third is fun, a very festive former president. Make America Say Merry Christmas Again. And this is the white snowflake pressing, and all of these are like blank on one side, you know, so like all of the audio is right here on every one of these. This is all the audio. There's nothing on the back of any of these. And the last odd shaped Anal Trump disc that I have, and we have to thank our good friend Travis Ryan, who is the vocalist for this project. I love this project. I absolutely shout out Travis Ryan. Love you, babe. This is the brainchild of Rob Crow, who has done Pinback, Goblin Cock. He's done so many different projects throughout the years, but this is by far my favorite just because of the involvement of Travis Ryan. And the last one is the rose being peed on. This is the To All the Broads I've Nailed Before, and this color is urine yellow, ladies and gentlemen. Again, a family oriented show here at Vinyl Bang. Urine yellow. All right. So, Anal Trump.
Fuck yeah.
Anal Trump.
I remember when that project got started and those song titles were there, and I just could not stop laughing. I was like, "Oh shit!" And at first I thought this was all Travis, but he told me the only thing he did was lend his vocals. Rob wrote, recorded everything, even the lyrics were written by Rob. But I got pretty much all of those. I think the only things I don't own that you own are the test presses and that awesome like sheet that with the first EP. But I remember him hitting you and I up saying that there was like a limited pressings of blue with like the white streaks in it. I think there's like 15 or something. He like privately
like 3 or 5.
Yeah, and he privately
like
sold
really
those
limited
to you and me. So I was like, that was cool as shit. I was really involved with that because I got really involved with that because of how exclusive it was, and he was hitting you and me up, and I guess probably other collectors that
right.
That was awesome. That was really awesome with Travis, and shout out to Travis because that's that was a great project, a hilarious project.
For sure. Yeah. And to answer the question, where the hell do I put this? I keep all of the 5 inches inside of the 7-inch. I've got 4 different, I have like 7 or 8 different copies of the first 7-inch. So I just keep these tucked in. So that's where the hell I keep these. But speaking of those blue ones, like I'm looking through these to see if I don't have the one that I bought from Travis was actually, this one right here. The blue marbled one. This was the one that was pictured on Discogs. Like if you look up this particular item on Discogs, this is the actual vinyl that Travis took the picture of, and this is the actual pressing that's on the display for this particular pressing.
Again, somebody put a picture of this gentleman in a museum. There's just too much vinyl history that goes through Jeff Christopher's hands.
No autographs, please.
Oh, Jesus Christ, none.
No autographs.
I was about to skip to the next topic. I haven't even gone to my first one yet. All right.
Yeah.
Let's keep it rolling here because we were talking too much fun stuff about Anal Trump. I got a couple 3-inch records here. The first one I'm going to show off is one of my favorite bands ever, Beastie Boys Sabotage. This was a record store day release. I believe there was 1,000 of them. this little thing opens up here. It has a sticker on the back, but I don't give a shit. I break these labels because I'm not some punk ass who leaves everything sealed.
He is the killer. I'm there's one of us in the room.
It comes with this little cool poster here of Oak Communication. There's Mario C at the boards. I guess that's them in the background playing.
Dude, that's rad.
I don't know what all this is down here. I guess all the shit that they use. There's some notes on the back. Grand Royal. Fold this up here. Put this back in. Comes in this little case here.
Dude, that is so cool. Look at that little thing. Dude, that is sick.
Wow.
That's way cooler than my anal. Well, it's not cooler. It is cool. It's not a competition, but yeah, dude, that's fucking awesome. 3 minutes, exactly 3 minutes worth of sabotage. Wow. It's a little 45. Like, how the fuck would you play that?
I think you need a special player to play the 3 inches.
Oh yeah. They even sold specific turntables for those, right?
Yep, that's what it is. Like, there's a specific turntable, but like, I'm not buying that shit. Get the fuck out of here.
You should.
I could, but there you go. I just put it all back into a little casing here. It comes with this sticker in the back so people know it's sealed, but
right.
I'm slick like that. The other one is a band that I've talked about a couple times on this show that I like a lot. They're called Internal, and it's a split what they did with a band called Sidetrack. When I pre-ordered this, I actually ordered 2 of them, and one I bought for Blake, and this is around the time where Blake just started to undergo his treatment. And the guy who runs this label, I will tell you the name of this label in a second. I'm trying to think. It's maybe Damien Records. Okay. Yes, Damien Records. So this thing comes out and it kind of folds out like a sleeve. And he hit me up and he was like, "Hey, it's only 1 per person." And I told him, I was like, "Hey, it's not like I'm buying this and flipping it. I'm buying this for Blake from Pig Destroyer. He's, he's not really talking about it, but he's about to undergo treatment for lymphoma, blah, blah, blah." And the guy was like, "Oh, holy shit." And he was like, "I'm so sorry." And he's like, he asked for his address and shirt size. And I had to ask Lindsay, and she told me, and this dude mailed Blake like this giant package of like records and stuff like that. But it's a clear vinyl.
Super cool, man.
One side is Internal, the other side Sidetrack. I cannot remember the fella's name, but he runs Damien Records. Shout out to him because that was really awesome what he did for Blake.
Sure.
Like I tell the story a lot. Like, I try to get Blake into a lot of the stuff that I like, and I'm not going to repeat the language that he uses, but for family show, as Jeff keeps pointing out. But Blake just, he wasn't. If he didn't like it, he wasn't nice about it. I'll just say that.
Right.
But when I played Internal for Blake, he absolutely dug it. And it was very good. It felt like a huge accomplishment because he's very hard to impress when it comes to music, new music especially.
Right.
And this was a band that Blake absolutely enjoyed, and it was very cool to me because, I it's rare that I find stuff, especially nowadays. This band has been around for 4 years now. I don't think he's put out anything new lately. I do remember right before Blake passed away, he did like a digital release of like all punk covers, and I sent that to Blake. But yeah, Internal is a cool project. Internal and Sidetrack. Another, I guess, power violence band, I believe.
I've never heard of Sidetrack, but I know you're an avid fan of Internal, and
they're great. They're just, it's hard to describe. I guess a lot of people say crossed out worship, which is, I guess, a fair description. Right. But yeah, moving on.
Oh, yeah.
Topic number 2, a different shade of transparent, meaning a favorite clear that was not released by Relapse Records. And in this one, Jeff and I agreed because, like, That's hard. We got a lot of cool clear. So we agreed to do 3.
Yeah, three individual, 3 albums or 3
On-
records, 3 on clear vinyl.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to start off my 3 with an original. Let's see, what is this? Original score from the television series by Dave Porter. Anybody that knows me personally, that knows me well, knows that I am an avid fan of Breaking Bad.
No.
And it was around the time that I started collecting records whenever this was released. But of course, once I started collecting, I was like, I have to have this fucking record. Like, this is awesome. This is the original soundtrack, part 1. I believe there's a part 2 as well. I've got it over in the top shelf over here behind me as well. But yeah, the original, the first soundtrack for Breaking Bad, it's got the Breaking Bad main title theme, Matches in the Pool, Smoking Jesse's Pot, Gray Matter, The Morning After, 3 Days Out, just a bunch of different themes and sequences throughout the show. Hank in Pursuit, Searching for Jesse, Parking Garage Standoff, which was awesome. Just such a good scene. Cleaning house, disassemble, just so many different scenes from the movie, or from the series. And the jackets for these, like, it's got different scenes, like, the scene from the very first episode. And then, like, the back of this side has got different scenes. Like this one right here, man, that scene where Jesse was, oh, man, that was just heart-wrenching. But anyway, clear vinyl. As per the topic, there's disc 1. And this is also a gatefold. I don't think I even looked at the gatefold whenever I was. Ooh, look at this shit. Look at that layout. That looks awesome. The periodic table. Dude, that is sick.
That is some cool shit, man.
Yeah, cool shit. And then the Los Pollos Hermanos. Very pertinent there. And yeah, just 2 clear vinyl. All right, so that's for album number 1. Album number 2, this was from Record Store Day in 2010. The way that this band released this EP, I believe, yeah, it's 3 songs. They did 4 different pressings, and they were not labeled as to what was what. Like, you had to just find. You just got whatever you got. There was an orange, a clear, a blue, and something else. I don't remember what the other color was. I was going through them last night whenever I was trying to pick out the clear. But I tracked down all 4 of them. I tracked down all 4 copies. I own all the complete collection of the Between the Buried and Me, the Parallax, Hypersleep Dialogues. This is the very first Parallax album, or the Hypersleep EPs that they did. I believe they did a part 2 a couple of years later.
Part 1 was an EP. Part 2 is a full length.
A full length. Yeah. That's what it was. But yeah, really cool 3-song thing from Between the Buried and Me. And this was the first Record Store Day that I participated in. So it was it was really fun to make an effort to track down all 4 different pressings. But here is the clear Parallax Hypersleep Dialogues from Between the Buried and Me. I haven't looked to see what these are worth, or how rare they were, or what the pressing information of them was, but I'm sure it's pretty rare pressings. My third and last album today is the 32nd. Today, September 29th, is the 32nd anniversary of Stone Temple Pilots Core. I woke up this morning and saw that or it was yesterday. I think it was, yesterday. One of the pages that I follow is in like Europe or some shit, so they're like hours ahead of us. But they posted that September 29th was the 32nd anniversary of Core, and I'm like, fuck yeah! I know I've got a clear copy of that. I'm going to go ahead and do that in the episode. This is a double disc. It's not a gatefold. It is a double disc copy. It is clear. And one of the cool things about this is that it's etched. Got an etching on side D of the cover of the album, which is pretty badass. Or silk screen. I'm sorry, that's not etching. That's a silk screen press, but or silk screen print, but very cool regardless. Love this album. 32 years ago. I know I didn't get it the day it came out, but I did have it in 1992, so I still get to celebrate the actual 32nd anniversary of Stone Temple Pilots Core, because it wasn't long after I'd heard. I think Sex Type Thing might not have been the thing to really sell me on this album, but once I heard Flush, I was just like, dude, yeah, this fucking band is amazing. And wound up getting a copy of this, a copy of that after I'd heard that song. But this album, I mean, Naked Sunday, Creep, Piece of Pie, Dead and Bloated, Wicked Garden, Cracker Man, and this is, I forgot all about this. This is number 637. I believe this might be a music on vinyl pressing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Number 637. It's pretty cool. I don't know how many were pressed, but there were 638 pressed, and I own 637.
Oh yeah. That BT Bam, you picked me up a copy that was also clear. There was 2,000 press, and there was 500 of each color.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay, well that's
you bought me. You grabbed two, and you were like, "Hey, I completed the collection, and I have a spare one." And I sent you. I PayPal'd you the money, and you mailed it to me. And then coincidentally, it was a clear. I was like, "Ha, thank you." I like that. I like that EP a lot, but I like the follow up, the part 2. That's like my favorite thing that BT Bam did, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So good stuff, Jeff. Good stuff. I like that. I got some cool shit. I believe I bought this when I saw them on tour with Cattle Decapitation. If not, then it was one of the ones that I bought online, because I have 2 copies of this. But it's Brujeria, Viva Presidente Trump. Fuck you, puto. You know, a couple episodes ago when Leon was on with us, I wore my Brujeria shirt with this, the red one, because we just found out that right before we started recording there, that Juan Brujo passed away. Rest in peace, Juan. But
yep.
This is the clear pressing of this. I've always liked this one. This was one side, it was all black and white. The other is regular. This came out in like 2016, maybe. Yeah. Nuclear Blast, Viva Presidente Trump, and Perde de Muerte. The other one I have is Mexican flag colored, but yeah, this was one of the cooler clears. It's a 7-inch, but like I've always liked this one. Wanted to talk about it, seeing as how we just lost 2 members of Brujeria in the last 2 months. Pretty rough.
Yeah.
But this was a cool 7-inch that I have that's on clear. Another one that I have is a band that I think I maybe only talked about them one other time on the show. A band that a lot of people don't like, but I do, and that would be the band Ghost. Opus. I don't know how you say this album. Opus Eponymous. I don't know, but this is a clear pressing, and this is a first pressing of this album. How did I get a first pressing of this? Well, because I knew about this band before they blew the fuck up, motherfucker. I'm cool like that. Even though people hated on this band at first, I remember when I first heard about them, like I played it for so many people, and they're like, "This sucks," and then a lot of people came back to me like, "Yo, this is so good." They were very, and then the next thing I knew, like everybody on online was just like, "Fuck Ghost, they suck," and whatever. If you don't like them, that's cool. But this is a first pressing of their very first album on clear. I believe there's only 500 of these. I was at their very first show ever in the United States.
Maryland Death Fest.
Maryland Death Fest, Baltimore, Maryland. That was incredible. But yeah, I still have that T-shirt. Excuse me. Last thing I'm going to talk about. That is a clear vinyl that I own. That is not a Relapse clear. Excuse me, my throat is all shitty tonight, folks. Is a band Goat Snake. This features what's his name? Greg Anderson, who's in Sun and a couple other bands. Pete Stahl, who was the lead singer of a band called Scream that Dave Grohl was in before he joined Nirvana. This guy JR on drums and Scott Reeder on bass. This is kind of like a stoner, rocky, bluesy type project. I've seen them a couple times, once at Maryland Death Fest and once at a small venue in DC called the Black Cat. And this is a really cool, clear vinyl of that. There they all are right there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a pig in this song. I think that there's a song, one of these songs. Let's see. Portraits of Pain, Heavy as Shit, Black Cat Bone, and then Junior's Jam. I think Junior's Jam at the end, he's like playing a harmonica, and there's like a rooster that's like singing along with him. And then there's a Saint Vitus cover, Burial at Sea, and a Black Oak Arkansas cover, Hot Rod. And the intro to that Hot Rod song is hilarious. It's somebody telling this story about going to see Black Oak Arkansas when they were teens, and they got pulled over by some state police. I can't remember what state they were in, but it's a funny story. Great fucking album. This band is amazing. Goat Snake. If you've never checked them out, I think I talked about them on the bands that everybody should know topics some episodes ago. But cool, clear record that I own. I love this band. Yeah, thought I'd talk about that. I own a lot of clear that are not Relapse, but gotta mention Goat Snake. They're a cool fucking band.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You have mentioned them before, and I was going to check them out, and I didn't. So I am going to work on doing that now.
Flower of Disease is a good one to start. But I like that
as far as album.
Yeah, that's a full length. That one that I just showed was an EP. That one's pretty cool too. It's only a couple songs, but I like that one a lot. It's a good one if you're on a road trip, I would say.
Okay.
But all right, this next one, this is a good one because we'll specify something here in a second. Third topic: guilty pleasure, a record you secretly own that would surprise viewers. Something so bad it's good. The funny thing about this is Jeff and I both agree we don't have anything that would be a guilty pleasure. I wouldn't own anything that on vinyl that I wouldn't own up to in person. Like, yeah, I own that, and I guess Jeff is the same way. I've always known that about Jeff. Has no shame in any of the music he listens to or buys or goes and sees live.
Of which I have done. I mean, not the complete, my albums, but I have seen one of these performers live, and I'll tell anybody, I don't give a fuck. I'll wear her shirts to, death metal shows. I don't give a fuck. No guilty pleasure, man. I'm a fan. Even her new stuff that's coming out tomorrow. I'm getting a new album from this female artist tomorrow, and I'm fucking excited. Seeing the new movie she's in on Thursday, fucking excited for that. My guilty pleasure is Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga. I am a huge fan of Lady Gaga. I was not a fan of her at first. Whenever I saw her in like her big gaudy fucking outfits and shit, her auto tune, I thought this chick is just all show or whatever, and just trying to be a gimmick more than anything. And then I heard her sing Poker Face with a piano, and I fell in love. I was like, oh my god, this woman's voice is incredible. And I have followed her pretty religiously ever since. Her two albums that she has done with Tony Bennett, Cheek to Cheek and Love for Sale. I am a huge fan of both of these albums. Yeah, no shame in my adoration for Lady Gaga. I am excited to get the Harlequin album tomorrow, which is a companion album for the Joker soundtrack. I'm all about her, dude. I've got a poster in my living room. My wife and I flew to Las Vegas to see her back in July. No shame at all. Not a guilt. I mean, I guess as far as the metal community, you have to have a a certain reputation to uphold or whatever, with your Symbolic Carnage shirt and, whatever, like, I don't care. I love Lady Gaga.
Is that a Symbolic Carnage shirt you're wearing?
Yeah, because of my beard of death, you can't tell what band it is.
Take that shirt off, you poser. No, I love that. I love that. And yeah, for as long as we've been friends, I think you've expressed your love for Lady Gaga. So that's great. You even talked about it on the Travis episode. So
yes. Huge
Yeah.
fan. And this is like not even just her, but her and Tony Bennett. Like Tony Bennett, really? And
Yeah.
absolutely Tony Bennett.
Google Tony Bennett painting Lady Gaga. She's like laying there naked while he paints her. For all of our young viewers.
I will be right back. I am going to go.
Well, guess what? You can do that. It's my turn. So,
all right.
The topic that the record that I chose, I own a lot of stuff that's not metal, a lot of non-metal stuff, but the majority of my collection is absolutely metal. There is some things in here that are just I don't know, things you wouldn't expect me to have that are like way over the top mainstream, I suppose. I have a couple pop artists. I don't know anything Lady Gaga. I should, but excuse me. I'm having bad indigestion tonight here. Obviously, I was watching football and barbecuing with friends all day, so shit's catching up to me all these hours later. I own a couple pop records, a lot of hip hop. This is going to fall under the category of hip hop, but I think a lot of people kind of hiss at this artist and whatever. We'll get there in a second, but it's Ice Spice. The album is called Like, and and she says it's pronounced like imagine a girl saying that. So these are some little like cartooning drawings of her. I don't think there's any pictures of her in her. Yeah, she's like she calls herself a baddie. Anyways, there's a song on here called where is it? The Deli. That's the one that I heard. I like that beat a lot. I got this record and listened to it, and the rest of it was actually kind of interesting. Some songs on here that have like older beat vibes that I kind of like. It's pressed on pink vinyl. This is the only thing I own. I think she just put out something new as well, and I did not go and pre-order it because I don't know. I guess I'm not trying to be that deep, go that deep into this chick, but no pun intended. Actually,
no, I'm very aroused.
She's this is a cool record. It's not as bad as people say. I guess like people say she's like an industry plant, and maybe she is, but like I enjoyed this record. It's produced by some guy named Riot USA, and he's got some really dope beats. I'm not gonna lie. Like people be surprised by some of the stuff on here, but literally on every track, there's like in the beginning, like a couple seconds in, there's like a sample of her saying "Stop playing with them, Riot," and yeah. I showed to my nephew and niece that I had this, and they both looked at me all sideways, like, "Really, her?" And they were like, "She's only got like 2 dance moves," is what they said to me, which made me laugh. But yeah, Ice Spice. She ain't bad to look at. She's awesome. I enjoy her. I mean, like I follow her on Instagram, and she is not shy with posting anything about herself on there. But yeah, this record isn't so bad. I haven't heard the other stuff in order to be like, yeah, I should buy this. But this was like a deluxe edition, so it had like extra stuff that the original version of this album had. But yeah, I own this. I own an Ice Spice record. She was like a big thing a year or so ago, and a lot of people were like, "Fuck her." And then I think like she sat next to Taylor Swift at the VMAs one year, and then everybody fell in love with her after that. So
that's Taylor how that Swift goes.
Dude, I before we get to the next topic, I have to tell this hilarious Taylor Swift story since you're a fan. And I'm sorry to bored our fans with this. There was like a clip of her and Travis Kelce at like some sporting event, or they're at a concert. I don't know where they were, but I never got the information of it. But they're like sitting there, and over the loudspeakers, they're playing that song by The Darkness, I Believe in a Thing Called Love. You know that song? Come on, Jeff.
I'm sure I've heard it, but I mean, I'm not familiar with
it. It came out in the early 2000s. That I Believe in a Thing Called Love. no, 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 no. I don't know how. I'm not going to sing it all because I'm not going to embarrass myself.
Do it.
There's like,
Sing the whole thing, and I'll know it.
but they were like a band that kind of blew up in the early 2000s. Anyways, there's like a clip of her sitting there, like the song is playing over the loudspeakers, and she's like dancing along and like dancing around like Travis Kelce and like singing that song. Because she did that, that band is like I think charted at #1 on the billboards again.
She is amazing.
She like danced to some Pig Destroyer or Misery Index, maybe.
I'll call her.
Yeah. That's just
have to talk.
that's so impressive that she's got clout like that. I mean, um, anywho, moving on to our next topic, because Jeff and I obviously again we have no guilty pleasures here. Um, next topic number 4, Vinyl Bang presents Vinyl Bang, favorite self-titled album.
Favorite self-titled album. Again, I will reiterate my love for Taylor Swift. I love Taylor Swift as well. I got a bunch of Taylor Swift records, but we'll get into that in later episodes. Stay tuned. Keep watching Vinyl Bang. We'll keep talking about Taylor Swift. My self-titled album is an album that I've talked about on Vinyl Bang before. I don't even remember what episode it was. I don't remember what topic it was or whatever, but whenever I came across this copy last night, I said, ooh, I am showing this off. This is a band that's been in the news quite a bit here over the last month and a half. We're unsure about the future of this band because of certain things that were said. Talking about Tenacious D. Tenacious D, their self-titled debut album. This cover, dude, look at this. I mean, this thing is like the first copy or the first pressing that I talked about was just a standard pressing that wasn't all shiny and holographic and whatever. But this thing is fucking, dude. This thing is neat. It's very shiny and very, very just nice. Very nice copy. This is a Vinyl Me Please exclusive. This is I don't know if I can get it where you can see that number 1338. I believe it's 1338. Yes, 1338 out of I don't even know how many it is. I don't know why that even matters. But let's see what color this is. This is a silver marble pressing of the self-titled Tenacious D album. Dude, I love this album. I love this album so much. I know they've done a couple albums since. I've done like Rise of the Phoenix and like the Pick of Destiny soundtrack or whatever. And it's like this is still out of all of them my absolute favorite material. Like whenever they did the drive-through where Dave Grohl, who has also been in the news lately, where Dave Grohl is the fast food attendant on the other side of the drive-through is taking their order. City Hall is an amazing fucking song. Fucker Gently, Explosivo, just like do cock push-ups, the friendship test, Karate Schnitzel. Dude, just this album is just incredible. Absolutely love the D. Let's see. 20th anniversary edition of the greatest band on Earth's debut. Press on exclusive 2 LP, 180 gram platinum vinyl, limited to 3,000 foil stamped and numbered copies. So that's 1338 out of $3,000. So not bad. But yeah, this is a great album, great band. I got to see them once. I got to see them at Louder Than Life Festival is last year or year before. I remember I saw them and I saw I saw Ministry and then Tenacious D and then 9 Inch Nails, like one right after another, dude. And it was incredible. It was a great show. Finally got to see Tenacious D live. Hopefully I'll get to see him again. But,
yeah.
Long live the D.
Yep.
Do you agree? Are you a fan, Nick? Is that one of your guilty pleasures? You don't like Tenacious D?
No, I'm not a fan at all.
I don't care.
I have some friends. Shout out to Katie and Eric. They were fans of that band, and when that album came out, well, I guess maybe I wasn't working at Tower with them anymore, but they were still working there. And they listened to that album a lot. They were big fans. And Katie's the one who made this awesome table for me, and she made one for her husband Eric. And they have this really cool Tenacious D sticker on it. And it took maybe me. They've had that table for years, but I think maybe like 3 years into them owning it, I looked at it one day and realized that the sticker is in the shape of cock and balls. I'm like, I get it now. Tenacious D. I never knew because I wasn't a fan. I never thought about it. I heard a couple songs and it wasn't a big deal to me. It just didn't do anything for me. But I know a lot of people who like that band a lot and are big fans. And yeah, shout out Katie and Eric. They were big Tenacious D fans, from what I remember. So yeah. Moving on, I have a very, I guess Jeff told me that I talked about this in the previous episode, but don't tell our boss. Getting lazy here with this shit. If it weren't for Cha, I wouldn't know what to do. But anyways, I'm going to talk about a record that there's only 150 of these pressed, and for some reason, this one and maybe another pressing has the band's name spelled incorrectly on the front. Between the Buried and Me, the self-titled. If you can see there's 3 E's in between. That's not how it's spelled. Ridiculous. I own the Clear Smoke vinyl. Victory Records put this out because I don't think it was ever pressed on vinyl yet until Victory did. So yeah, this is the first pressing. 150 of them. Name spelled wrong. I don't think these sell for very much because maybe people don't care. It's been repressed a few times, I believe, but I like this album a lot. This is this was the second one that I bought. It was originally under Life Force Records, put it out. More of Myself to Kill is, I guess, like the big song on this record. But Shoving Out Cut a Flip is on this one too. I forgot about that.
Shoving Out Cut a Flip's a good one.
Yeah, that was on the Silent Circus, which is the album I discovered between the Buried and Me, and that's it wasn't my favorite. Like I said, Parallax 2 is my favorite one, but I remember that when Silent Circus came out, I really was just impressed. I never heard anything like that before. And then Alaska came out. That was great. Colors was a big one. Great Misdirect is a really cool one, actually. I like that one a lot too. I don't own it on vinyl, but that's one of my favorites. Probably a close second or third there. But yeah, between the Buried and Me self-titled, this is before they really progged out. They were just a really good, like, well song written metal band. I guess it's a little proggy in here, but
yeah, I'm just glad that because they put three E's in between that they didn't take an E out of something else. That way it wasn't like between the Buried and.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's called quality control. You know, somebody fucked up there, and I don't know.
Somebody okayed that.
Yes. Yes. At some point, somebody was like, "Fuck, we already printed a bunch of these."
Yep.
You know. So.
Oops.
Okay. Next one. This is a cool one as well. Favorite tour vinyl. Favorite record that was purchased. This is exclusively sold on tour. Discuss the tour lineup and venue you bought it at. Yeah. Go ahead, Jeff, and I'll talk about mine when I get there, I guess.
Yeah, a little earlier, Nick took a dig at me about leaving records sealed because his Beastie Boys thing with the sticker on the back is, I'm not like some guys who leave their records sealed. But this record that I'm going to discuss was bought at Woolies, a venue called Woolies in Des Moines, Iowa. Des Moines is 4 or 6 hours. I don't remember. It's either 4 or 6, somewhere in the middle. I drove to Des Moines to see Sleep, and I got a tour edition of The Sciences. The show itself was on. I don't even remember. I forgot that was part of the requirement for this topic. I didn't even look up what the fucking show was. But yeah, this is an actual tour edition.
Didn't you just say you saw them in Des Moines?
I saw them in Des Moines. Yeah, I really should have looked this up before I did this. When the show was.
Oh.
This is my third copy. I own a standard black
2018. 20,
I guess
2018 or 2019 was when
it
they
was
did it.
it was 18. It wasn't too long after this came out. But yeah, this is my third copy that I own of this, and upon looking on Discogs, the record looks really awesome. It is a cool looking record, and it goes for around $150. So sealed, it will stay, just in case, you know, for one of those rainy day. This is one of those rainy day records that I bought it with the intent. I love this album. I really do. I love the Sciences. And whenever it got to the point where whenever I got to the show, I am at a point now where I don't buy shirts. I try not to buy shirts anymore. Like I have so many shirts. I have like, and Nick can even attest to this. I have like 7 of those vacuum bags, like huge vacuum bags full of shirts. And my wife yells at me because of how many shirts I own. So whenever I go to see a band, I try not to buy a shirt, but I always try to buy a vinyl. So henceforth, I bought the Sleep vinyl, and it has remained sealed. And like I said, now that I've looked up the what it's going for online, sealed, it will stay until one of these days, whenever I need to make a car payment. And there it goes. What happened to my tour edition Sleep vinyl? I don't know. There it went. It sold it.
Hmm. I think it might have been 2019 because I remember talking to somebody who went out and bought that. They saw them on tour and got a copy of that tour edition vinyl. And I asked this person to pick me up a copy, and they said no. But all good. Yeah, that was yeah. Anywho, moving on. The one that I'm going to talk about, I've talked about this on the show a couple times. I don't give a fuck. I have a great story about this because I remember the show very well. Back in the summer of 2006, the Dillinger Escape Plan did a tour, just a bunch of tour shows that summer. They did a tour, but one of the dates was in Washington, D.C. at the Black Cat, and I picked up this copy. I don't think it was a tour exclusive, but it's Irony is a Dead Scene, the Mike Patton EP. It is on this clear orange. The show, it had Swarm of the Lotus was the opening act. My buddy Jimmy was playing drums for them at the time. Shout out Jimmy Rhodes. I remember walking up to the table and seeing this and be like, holy shit, that's awesome. I bought it. I think when a few months later, Jimmy was living in my basement at the time. When he came home and saw this, you remember him looking at the etching where it says straight to eBay for hockey stick, and the other side, Tom wanted these to be pink. Tom being the manager of the Dillinger Escape Plan at the time. But this is a really cool EP, really cool record. One of my prized possessions. I believe there's what is it? 150, Jeff? 200 of these?
100. I believe 100 of those.
That's right. 100 copies of this. I was just noticing that there's this weird little like strap here on the back for no
that
reason.
You tuck it into.
Well, there's no way this thing will fit in there. I mean, it could, but I guess over the years the heat has like pulled it back. But yeah, very happy to own this. This is one of my prized possession vinyls, and definitely a favorite thing that I bought on tour. I don't think if they were selling those online, I didn't see the link, but I certainly picked that up while they were on tour. And I remember it was July of 2006.
Mm-hmm. While you were doing that, I did some research, and it was April 6th of 2018 at Willie's in Des Moines, my Sleep show.
Cool.
So yeah, the Irony's Dead Scene, again, big fan. You know, love Irony's Dead Scene. Love Mike Patton to pieces.
All right. Next topic. Empty Stage. Favorite record by a band that has never played a live show. There's lots of that.
Yeah. The story behind this one is 3 of the band members, these 4 band members, 2 of them were in one band, and the other 2 were married or something, and they were all in this band together. And from what I've heard, and I don't know exact stories of exactly what happened, but they were supposed to get together to rehearse, and one of the members didn't want to rehearse, and so the tour never happened. But this band was slated to tour like for like a couple of weeks. I believe they were supposed to do at least a West Coast tour, and it didn't happen. The entire tour fell apart because they couldn't get together to rehearse for the tour, which is a shame because this is a project I really wanted to see. I can't remember if I was going to see the show in Kansas City or if I had to travel for it or whatever. But I'm referring to Crystal Fairy. Crystal Fairy is a project that consisted of Buzz Osborne and Dale Crover of the Melvins, and Terry Genderbender of the Butcherettes, and Omar Rodriguez of
At the drive-in, the Mars
at the
Volta.
drive-in Mars Volta. Yeah, I'm not a fan of any of those bands, so I'm not familiar with this guy. But yeah, pretty cool. Like the vinyl itself is pretty cool packaging. Like it's like a slipcover, and it pulls out to reveal Terry Genderbender herself. The Butcherettes are really rad. I saw them up and up for Melvins once, or saw them up and up for Faith No More first, and then I saw them up and up for Melvins a few months later. I was a big fan of them back then. I haven't really paid attention to them since, but whenever I found out that the vocalist from the Butcherettes was in a band with Buzz and Dale, of course, I jumped all over it. And they're like, the opening of this album is phenomenal, and it just kind of goes all over the place. But it's a decent album. I have the pink standard pressing of this, and then I also have a Mackie Osborne letterpress copy of this album that is signed by Buzz and is number 33 out of 66. And I love the letterpress copies. I got this from I don't remember what tour it was that Melvins were doing, but this could easily fall into one of the other topics of this show because this is also a clear vinyl. Wowee! Another clear vinyl. So pretty cool copy. Cool band. If you're looking for something different to listen to, and you're a fan of the Butcherettes or Melvins or At the Drive-In, check it out. Pretty decent band, and hopefully they can all set aside their differences and do a tour together one of these days. But as of September 29th of 2024, they have never played a show. So, and I will never get this thing put back in the slipcase.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah. It's a cool project. We're checking out.
For sure. All right.
I'm going to do this when you're on camera.
There we go. So the one I chose is a band I've definitely talked about on the show, but I don't give a fuck. This band it would be awesome to see these guys live. Blotted Science. This is the animation of entomology. This is it's a study of insects, I believe. Yeah, it absolutely is, because look at this shit. All the bugs and whatnot on this. I have a red pressing of this. Well, it is kind of transparent, but not really. This band features Ron Jarzenbeck on guitar, Alex Webster of Cannibal Corpse on bass, and on this particular album, Hannes Grossman on drums. Hannes played in Necrophagist and Obscura, and I can't remember what band he's in now, but he's a really, really good technical death metal drummer. If anybody not familiar with Blotted Science, is basically a death metal band, but without any vocals. This EP is incredible. This is I think there's maybe 100 of these, maybe less, maybe more than that. I know they just recently repressed it, and I didn't buy any of the repressings, but I really wish he would put out another new album. This band this is a really cool project. When it originally got announced, I think Chris Adler from Lamb of God was originally supposed to be the drummer on this band, and I don't know if they've ever recorded anything with Chris, but the first album they did was like a full length, and like the guy's name is Charlie Z. He was like the original drummer of Behold the Octopus. He played on that, and then they put out this EP, which is only 7 songs, but pretty cool shit. Really cool stuff. Yeah, if you've never heard this band, check it out. I wish they would play live. I don't know what I'm talking about here. they asked Alex asked us, should they discuss if they should play live? Yes, I do believe this band should play live. It would be awesome to see something this technical done. I'm sure all of these guys could do it. They're all really good musicians, especially Alex Webster. He's been doing this Cannibal Corpse thing since the 80s, and he's still fucking rocking. And he does not use a pick, ladies. Anyways, that's my pick for a band that should play live. What was it? Empty Stage was the name of the topic, right?
Yeah.
Yes. All right, last topic. Leave That Poor Record Alone. Favorite record by a band with a DJ, and there was like a sub little context in there. Does it hurt our feelings to watch these DJs scratch up these records, these things that we are told to cherish so hard?
No, I don't give a shit. Watching, I mean, like
that's their record, so I don't care either.
Yeah, I mean, even like growing up, watching DJs on UMTV Raps or whatever, doing the different, the side by side turntables or whatever. Like, I don't give a shit. I didn't pay for them. Do what you want. Come to my house and eat my food. That'll probably piss me off, but I don't care what you do with your turntable or with your records. I don't give a fuck. Band I'm going to cover for DJs. I'm going to talk about Incubus. This is an EP called Fungus Among Us. Or it's not really an EP. It's a full fucking 10 songs. Goddamn. Yeah, it's a full album. This was purchased at Planet Score Records whenever Nick came to see me, whenever we went to see Metallica back in November. You remember that?
I have no recollection of that.
Do you remember going to see Metallica? Yes or no? It'll never happen again.
I do, obviously.
I know. So I bought this bootleg with Nick. Nick bought some records. I bought some records. We ignored my wife. It was fun. It was a fun day. And then we went and ate some food and did some other stuff. Science is the second album from Incubus that I'm going to talk about. I am a late fan of Incubus. Nick, this particular vinyl has there's a pretty good story behind this. Whenever I found a copy of this on a website, I won't even say what website it is because it pisses me off. I sent the link over to Nick, and we both purchased it like immediately upon seeing it because it was like $25 or $29 or some shit. Like it was relatively cheap, and it took us like 8 months to get it. You remember this?
Took a minute. Yeah, I think I got mine way before you did because
I did, and that pissed me off because I ordered mine before you did. That really pissed me off. But
they send it to the best looking first, Jeff.
So Nick was a fan of this band up until this album, and then he stopped being a fan, and I don't care. Let's not talk about Nick anymore. I discovered Incubus with Make Yourself. I saw the video on MTV for, I believe, Stellar or Pardon Me. I don't remember what it was. Probably Drive. But yeah, I discovered Incubus with Make Yourself. I love this album. I absolutely love this album. Nick is not a fan, and I don't care. Because Nick's better looking than I am, and Nick sucks. So.
Yes. No, I bought Make Yourself when it came out. I remember I saw them at the 930 Club with Primus and Buckethead. Mm-hmm. And then a couple months later, I saw them in a giant arena with Deftones and Taproot. I met their DJ there that night, but I met Brandon Boyd a handful of times before that. I like Make Yourself. It wasn't so bad. I think it was Morning View was the next one that came out, or Morning Star. I didn't really care for that. That one was like that was very like they weren't and they I guess they weren't really. I guess Science was a new metal album. Everything before that was a little like funky, like the Fungus Among Us, and what was the other one? Enjoy Incubus. I think that's probably why there's 10 songs of that, because I remember Fungus Among Us being not too many tracks either, but yeah, Incubus.
Whenever they implemented the DJ with the funky stuff and the new metal, it was way cooler than what they do with like Morning View. And I fell out of with Morning View. I mean, there's a few songs on that album that I like, but everything after that, I just kind of gave up.
Mm.
You know. Yeah. So.
All right. Well, my turn. This one that I'm gonna go with. I don't know necessarily. I mean, this guy is a DJ, but this is Action Bronson and the Alchemist and Action Bronson, Lamb Over Rice. This is a really cool, weird record. Let me start with just when you buy this, it comes with an autograph there from Action Bronson and Alchemist. This has got the limited edition green vinyl. Alchemist, he's a producer, but he's also a DJ. I think like maybe 2 or 3 times when I've seen Action Bronson, he's been there as his on stage DJ. But not the turntable type of DJ though. The new type of DJ. Let me see where I can put this so I can show you this. The cover has kind of got this like window to it. So when I pull this out,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah. So like I can slide that autograph in here. I don't want to like fuck shit up, but I think all this artwork is done by Action Bronson. Oh man, they're all like these different panels. But yeah, anywho, this is a pretty unique record produced by the Alchemist. Paintings by Action Bronson, yeah. So this dude will like sell his paintings to the public for like thousands of dollars. It's ridiculous. I don't know where I put all that shit. But yeah, Alchemist is a pretty unique DJ, really popular DJ, really popular hip hop producer actually. And I scratched my head there because I looked at a lot of stuff. I didn't want to do any like rock bands with a DJ that's like hard. It'd be simple, but I wanted to kind of like mix it up with something I probably haven't talked about before. I know I've talked about Action Bronson, but I haven't talked about this particular album before. And this is one of my favorites. I like this one a lot. And yeah, like I said, this came with like all these different paintings that Action Bronson did and autographed by Alchemist and Action Bronson. You can see Action's right there, the silver.
Mm. Yep.
A little faded, but yeah. There you go. It's
in there. It's in there.
It is in there. It is. Try to put this down. I'm gonna bore the people here with watching me put my records away.
It's been a while since I've done this, but I want to do this before we get to the new stuff because I don't have anything new. Whenever you were doing the odd shape, the Beastie Boys, the Sabotage, I realized something. I was looking at my Cephalic Carnage shirt, even though I can't see the band name maybe through my beard. I remember I was like wearing a Cephalic Carnage shirt, but there was one item, there was one thing. It's not a record that I literally do not know where to put. I literally do not know where to put this thing, and I didn't think about it until I saw your Beastie Boys thing. But it made me think about this. And can I show it?
Okay.
It's the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen, and I will not reveal who I got this from. This is a one-song sampler from Cephalic Carnage. This is a one-song. This is a little micro CD thing. Weird shaped little CD. Cephalic Carnage, Observer to the Obliteration of Planet Earth. Brutal Sound Production, something in 2000 under from Relapse Records. Look at this thing, dude. This is like not even a full like 3-inch CD. It's like it had the corners of it chopped off, but these were mass produced. Like there was a cover and everything for this, but I have no clue where to put this thing. This thing just like sits on a shelf in my back room, and it is the weirdest thing I own. Cool. It's absolutely cool. I have not played it. I don't know how to play it. I have no idea. but like I can't even like put this in with a CD or anything. I can't put it in with my CD in the CD rack because it won't fit. Like it just this thing, I have no clue where to put this thing. But it's a cool little Cephalic Carnage collectible. It's even got the cover of Exploiting Dysfunction right there. But it's called the Brutal Sampler. I know it's just off the cuff, weird thing to bring up, but yeah, I literally have no idea where to put this thing. So.
Killer.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, let's get on to this new stuff that I got, and then we can end this episode. First thing I got, Jeff hit me up the other day and told me that Dying Fetus's Infatuation with Malevolence was being pressed on vinyl. And so I bought this. And Jason Netherton hit me up and he's like, "Hey, thanks for buying it." And I'm like, "How the fuck did he know I bought this?"
You already got that?
It showed up the very next day. Black side, the other side's blank. Yeah, this came the very next day. It's like he told this guy to like ship it quickly to me. But yeah, I got this really quickly. Stoked to have this. Dying Fetus is not their original demo, but I think that was something else that somebody put out. Something else I got recently that I bought because I just, even though I talk shit, I did own this CD when I was younger. I was excited when it came out. Mudvayne's LD50. This is put out on music on vinyl. It's number 2370. It is a colored vinyl. Come on, where the fuck are you? Look at that. The guy who was in Damn It or Hell Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember the name of the company that I got this from, but found this and was pretty stoked on it. Got this really fast. Came in the mail really quickly as well. But got that. And then the last thing that I'm going to talk about, it's new that I got in the mail. I actually ordered this, and then I actually ordered another one, and I got the person that I accidentally ordered one from to cancel it for me, and this came in the mail really quickly. Brugerismo. I don't know how you say that fucking title. I'm sorry. I remember when this came out, it was on Relapse Records when it got put out, or no, Roadrunner Records. The only reason I bought it because I knew Dino Cazares played guitar on it, and Nick Barker played drums. This is a hand numbered, number 261 of 666, and it is pressed on white vinyl. Is the first pressing of this. It was some label from Spain who put this out. I bought this obviously right after Juan passed away. This was really the only record I really. It was the first record, actually, I should say, that when I became a fan of theirs. And yeah, I was kind of bummed to find out of this. I did not own this one, but I did own those Trump 7 inches. But this was a cool record. If anybody ever heard, it was like the first like Mexican death metal record I ever owned. But they had a lot of stuff before this one, obviously, and yeah, I love this album. I'm glad to finally own it on vinyl, and it was not as expensive as I thought it would be, considering it was like a first pressing. But yeah, that is my new shit.
I'm surprised you already got that fucking Dying Fetus, dude. We just ordered that on like what, Thursday?
Yeah, it came in the mail Friday.
God damn, dude.
No, we ordered it. I ordered it on Friday, and it came in the mail Saturday.
Wow.
So yesterday I got it in the mail. No.
Cool.
Super quick shipping.
Yep.
Came from Massachusetts. Anyways, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you everybody for listening. Jeff, have anything to add there?
I will see you. We'll see you guys. No, I got nothing. I usually say we'll see you guys next week. I got nothing. Yeah, thanks for not agreeing that Nick is better looking. Everybody that secretly agreed at home. Thank you.
All right. See you all next week.